So quite a big blow for your company. I know that you are appealing the decision, but one of the reasons that the license has been withdrawn is because there's concern about the fact that you haven't fulfilled your contractual obligations with regards to social obligations, labour and mining plans, and especially on the environmental front. So what is your argument counter to this?
Well, we're not sure about the environmental side because we've never been told that our mining rights have been taken away from the environmental side. It's really been on social labour plan as well as the mining right plan. I think, Eleni, we've been very, very clear as a company because we're London listed that not everything that we had planned to do in 2007 has materialised. And we've been open in the market. We've told everyone, we've told the department as well. And, but we believe there's external factors that compensate for our performance. Now, if I just take into account that in early 2007 and 8, when we were putting the plan together, which the department approved, of course, we were going to raise $156 million in 2009 to really move the company into really full production. Well, we know what happened at the end of 2008. And our investors said, for your type of project, we're not going to give you money. You have to de-risk this project. And that's what we went. We went smaller, proof concept, and that worked because in 2010 we went to raise more money. And you know, the other factor that has influenced us is, of course, the water. You know, in the Central Basin, we all know that water is rising. And if we can stop the water, where government proposes to stop the water, at 225 meters, well, 90% of our resource base will be gone underwater. Now, we're saying as a reasonable person that surely if 90% of your revenue generating proposition is underwater, how can you still keep the same targets that you set in 2007? Surely they should be revised. I think it's also wrong to say that we've done nothing on the social labour plan. We've spent 19 million rand. Through all this chaos of ours, we spent 19 million rand on our social labour plan. We committed to 34 million, so we know that we're 14 million rand short. We've made certain presentations to the minister, or not to the minister, to the department. But also as a company, we spent 35 million rand on submersible pumps. Now these pumps will stop and dewater the Central Basin. Now, we only make up a small portion of the Central Basin. So this will benefit the whole of Johannesburg, these pumps. Now, those cost us 35 million rand. We had no legal liability to invest in those pumps, but for us to protect the resource base, we bought those. And we think those should be brought into account as part of the
But you've been working with the department quite closely for quite some time. I'm sure the minister is very aware of all the reasons that you put forward, but still coming up and saying that it's not good enough. You mentioned the 2008 crisis. Is that the biggest reason that you haven't met a lot of the obligations that you were alluding to?
Well, I think that's part. That's reduced the production that we could achieve. And then, of course, the water. Now, even if I wanted to accelerate our mining, no, we can't mine underwater yet. So we have only got 400,000 ounces available to mine. When we received our mining right, we had 3.2 million ounces. So yes, absolutely, I think the minister is aware of our arguments. I think what's been frustrating for us as a company is that although we've met with the regional office and talked compliance, and it's really us telling them and they're listening, we've requested meetings with the minister in December last year and said, please can we engage and discuss this? And the minister has just ignored us. We went to we wrote a letter to the DG.
When you say ignore, in other words, no response from the minister.
We went to the DG of Mines and made the same appeal and said, please can we engage and discuss and look at options. What are the options here? And once again, the DG just ignored us. We went to the regional office and wrote to the regional manager with the same proposal. So it's not as if we've tried to keep below the radar screen and hope that no one will catch us. We've been really open and been trying to engage with the department for most probably the last 12 months now.
Have you already stopped mining at this point?
We've had to. As a result of the notice, we've stopped mining.
What kind of production have you lost thus far?
Well, you know, we were making about 9 or 10 kilograms of gold a week. And you know, that stopped. Unfortunately, we still got our staff. Now we employ directly, indirectly about 220 people. So we've kind of, at the moment, we're trying to work out what we're going to do with our staff. I mean, they potentially could lose their jobs.
And if the department does not allow you to keep mining, what does that mean then for Central Rand?
Well, you know, if we can't mine, we can't mine. We don't have a business. So that's why it's really urgent for us to go to court. And really what we're asking the court is to allow us to mine while we go through the appeal process that the minister's made. And that's really what we're asking. We're hoping to go within the next, I would think, hopefully the next few weeks to be able to go to the court on that basis.